If you want to get more, if you want to get your dream life, if you want to be more successful, whatever it is you want, you can get it, by the way. But you need to use your free will more. You need to use your free will more, and you need to step outside of your comfort zone, because everything that you've ever wanted, it happens outside of your comfort zone. Because if you already had everything that you wanted, then it would be here right now, wouldn't it? It would be here right now. You wouldn't have to do anything else, but you're not getting everything that you want, so you have to go somewhere else. You have to get that into your brain. And that is why I'm gonna exhibit a perfect use of my free will today by making this video British. I'm gonna show you that you have to use your free will. You have to get outside of your comfort zone. And for me, getting outside of my comfort zone is using a fake British accent for the rest of this video. So let's go. Hello everyone. Everything that you've ever wanted happens outside of your comfort zone. And that is exactly why we're going to be talking about how you get everything that you want by doing things that you are not used to. If you are someone who wants to change your life, small changes, small quantum leaps and things that you've never done before, those can change your entire life, because you might actually unlock something that you never thought you could actually unlock. And it actually is very, very simple. It's so simple, you don't even know how simple it is. It's as simple as you wearing something that you would never ever wear before. It could be you wearing an outfit that you've never worn before. Maybe you're wearing something that's completely different from the style that you usually wear. And that's like me, for example. I used to be very into streetwear. I used to be very, very into streetwear. I used to always tell everyone and the mom that I could never wear anything but streetwear. I could never do anything like that. I could never try to wear classy clothes, feminine clothes like this. I could never do any such thing, because that would be me doing something that is not my true self, and I would be blabbering on about the fact that I'm not my true self if I'm doing something that's outside of my comfort zone. That was setting myself up for failure. Yes, that was setting myself up for failure, because reality is, if you truly want to get somewhere in your life where you've never been before, you have to change things up, even if they feel like they're outside of your comfort zone, even if you feel like you're doing it in a way that doesn't suit you, because your true self is the self that has everything that you've ever wanted. Are you someone who has everything that you've ever wanted right now? No, you're not, or else you wouldn't be watching this video. Think about it like that. If you had everything that you've ever wanted, would you be watching this video? No. Which means that your true self has not been discovered yet, which is exactly why you cannot be stuck up saying, I can't do this, I can't do that, I won't do this, because that's not my true self. I don't want to dress differently, I don't want to wear makeup, I don't want to change my hair, I don't want to put myself in different environments, and I don't want to cut out people, I don't want this and this and that. No, you're not going to be able to get your dream life if you do not get out there and do something different. It's kind of like you want to be healthy, but you keep on eating the same foods every single day. Do you ever think anything is going to change? And I'm not telling you need to go from one day to the other, change everything in your whole life. That's going to be a massive impact on your nervous system. Your nervous system's not going to like that at all. The best thing you can do for yourself is to make very drastic changes with very small things. So instead of maybe you're someone who always wears streetwear, you always wear baggy clothes, you start wearing tighter clothes, you start wearing something that fits you. Maybe you're someone who feels like I don't want to wear tighter clothes because my body doesn't look like I want it to look. It's not going to start looking the way you look until you let yourself wear the things that you would want to wear. It's all to do with the mindset that you put yourself in. If you are very uncomfortable with the life you're living right now, but you are not willing to do anything to change your life, you're not willing to try anything that is uncomfortable, that's outside your comfort zone, your life won't change. And you will live within the comfortability of uncomfortability that you've created for yourself, because a lot of people are addicted to the reality that they've created for themselves. People would rather stay stuck in a comfortable hell than to explore an uncomfortable heaven, because the nervous system is built to keep us safe, right? The nervous system is built this door keeps on going like this. I don't want that. The nervous system is built to keep us safe. And to us, that means that we're never going to do anything that we're not used to doing. And that's exactly why we keep on repeating the same patterns. We keep on attracting the same people. We keep on doing the same things that we've done always. We keep on actually becoming the version of ourselves that we actually didn't want to become. We keep on repeating because we are stuck up on believing that, well, if it's outside of my comfort zone, I'm going to die. If it's outside my comfort zone, I don't want to do it. But everything that you've ever wanted happens outside your comfort zone. Everything that you've ever wanted, you can't see it. It's kind of like a kid who's about to go to an amusement park. If you're trying to go to an amusement park, the day before, that kid is going to be really excited. That kid is going to be really excited. That kid is going to want to be like, I'm so excited to go. Do you think that kid is feeling super anxious about going to the amusement park? No. But can that kid predict how that day at the amusement park is going to go? No, they cannot. They cannot predict how exactly that day is going to go. They cannot predict exactly what amusements, how long they're going to queue, what foods, everything. They can have a slight idea about it, but they don't know exactly how it's going to turn out. And that's exactly why kids actually have a tendency to go and find more purpose when they're small, because they're not stuck believing that everything has to be anxious. Every new opportunity has to be anxious. If you're someone who used to watch children's TV, because granted, you were a child once. If you've ever watched the children's TV show Pippi Longstocking, #queen, she actually says, oh, something I haven't done before, I must be really good at it. Something like that. She says something like, oh, I've never tried that. That's going to be great. That's going to be amazing. Don't quote me on it, but she says something similar. She's like, I don't know how it's going to go, so it's probably going to go really great. That's exactly what you're going to have to think about, all of the things that happens outside of your comfort zone. You're like, it doesn't feel like the true me. Of course it's not going to feel like who you are right now, because it's your comfort zone. It's kind of like when you're trying to find a new flavor of ice cream. You're going to probably have to go through a couple flavors of ice cream you don't like. Now I'm turning this accent into Australian. But you're probably going to have to go through a couple things that you don't like, but you'll never find what actually works for you unless you try it out. You're never going to find out what actually is yours unless you try out more things. And you might think, well, I love vanilla. Vanilla is my favorite. I don't stray from it. But you're never going to be able to find that thing in your life that's actually going to be greater than vanilla if you're not willing to go out and try a couple things that might taste poopy in your head. You know, you might go out and taste pistachio. You'll be like, that's not me. But you have to do that in order for you to step into the version of yourself that actually says, hey, you know what? It wasn't the end of the world. Because the thing is, what happens outside your comfort zone is either winning or failing. What happens inside of your comfort zone is basically staying the same, aka stagnant, aka failing long term. You're never going to get anywhere else. So the only option you actually have is to step outside your comfort zone, and you can either fail, and if you fail, you can always begin again, or you can win. Sometimes you will fail once and then you'll win big. Sometimes you'll fail 30 times and then you'll win. But you will never get to the point where you win consistently if you do not get outside your comfort zone. If you do not step outside your comfort zone, if you do not try things that you would never try before, kind of like me speaking with a freaking British accent right now. This British accent sucks balls, sucks big fat balls. But I would never be able to try and take a chance if I didn't go out and do something that feels slightly embarrassing. And when you get comfortable with doing things that are slightly embarrassing, you get comfortable having a laugh over trying things that don't actually turn out exactly how you wanted them to. Now the accent is going in many directions, but you would never actually get to a point where you would be able to unlock your full potential, because you're not letting yourself have fun. You're letting yourself stay stagnant. You're letting yourself be stuck in an identity that is probably not going to fulfill you. That's why you're not fulfilled right now. That's why you're literally defending your comfort zone. Your comfort zone, your inner child, who you are, wants to leave that comfort zone, but you won't let yourself leave that comfort zone. You're trying to make yourself stick in that comfort zone because that's the thing that feels safe. That's the feel that you can predict. You cannot predict what's going to happen to you outside the comfort zone. That's the magic. That's the great thing. And that's exactly why you need to step outside your comfort zone and use your free will. And you know what using your free will is? It's doing something that people might think is bonkers. It's doing something that people might say is absolutely ludicrous. It's doing things that people might be like, oh, I didn't know you could do that. Because a lot of people are stuck in their own mind prisons. A lot of people don't believe you can do anything beyond what's your comfort zone. That's why they get a little scared when you try working on yourself, when you change yourself. When things happen and you're like, you know what, I'm going to go with the flow. I'm going to try things out. This freaking door. And that's exactly why sometimes you gotta take that leap. You gotta just be like, okay, F it all. F it all. I'm gonna fail so hard. I'm gonna have so fun. I'm gonna have so much fun. I'm gonna fail so hard. I'm gonna lie down like this. And I'm gonna fail. How many times am I gonna have to fail? Many. How many times am I gonna have to fail? So many. I'm gonna have to fail so many times. And that's great. That's absolutely great. That's absolutely amazing. Yeah, it's absolutely great. And that's why when you get to the point in your life when you're like, you know what, F it all. I'm stagnant as AF here. I'm never going to get anything more from just being where I am. I can always go back and do whatever it is I used to do. It's not going to leave. I know how I'm going to get back to those results. But why not try something new? Why not make a video speaking with a fake British accent that is slightly Irish, that is slightly Australian, that is somehow a little British, but a little bit of a mix of it all, because for some reason that's where we ended up. Why not do that? Why not? What's gonna happen? Someone's gonna say, that was not a proper British accent. Who the heck cares? Who the heck cares? Who the heck freaking cares? I could try to speak with a fake Texas accent. I could try to, you might not know. Someone might say, you're so good at accents. I'm going to give you a job. That could happen. But you're never going to get the opportunities that you really want if you're not willing to step outside your comfort zone. The accent is going crazy right now, you guys. And that's exactly why sometimes you have to put yourself in a position where you feel like this is cringe, this is all over the top, this is something I would never do, this is something I would never say, because your nervous system is never going to propel you in the direction of the life that you really want if you do not step out the line. Imagine this. This is your current life, and because you want everything to be perfect, you want everything to be predictable, this is the only way you can get energy in. Like, this is a very, very short way. You can't get energy into your life otherwise. But if you want to attract everything that you've ever wanted, you have to let everything be possible, which means that you need to open up. You need to open up all of the things around you so you can attract energy, which is exactly why you have to stop being stuck on perfectionism and you have to start using your free will. What can you do today? What can you do today that's using your free will? Post a video on YouTube. I dare you. I dare you to post a video on YouTube. No one has to see it. No one has to know it's there. No one's probably going to see it if you don't have any followers or anything. Maybe you're someone who's used to, I don't know, maybe you never talk to people. Give someone a compliment. Give the person who sits behind the counter a compliment. Give them a freaking compliment right now. Give them a compliment. You're never going to get to where you really want to go if you're not going to do things that scare you a little bit. And you'll find when you try out things that scare you a little bit, it's not that scary. And then you'll get to a point where it's actually going to be quite a challenge to figure out the things that you need to do to get outside your comfort zone. That's exactly why I'm sitting here. I've done so many videos. I've talked smack about this. I've talked smack about that. I've said all kinds of ludicrous things. I've done all kinds of ludicrous. I've danced. I've sang. And I will dance and sing until the cows come home. But one thing is for sure. You'll never get to where you want to go if you do not get outside your comfort zone. That freaking comfort zone is the killer of all dreams. And sometimes it's one opportunity. You got one opportunity. His palms are sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy. There's vomit on the sweater already. Mom's spaghetti. It takes one opportunity, one chance, one person, one video to change your life forever. To change your freaking life forever. That's why you gotta jump into it. You gotta jump. You gotta jump into it. You gotta try something different. You You gotta do it even if you don't feel like it. That's sometimes going outside your comfort zone, doing it even if you don't feel like it. Oh, I don't want to dress like that. It doesn't feel like me. Pfft, screw it. Is it someone you want to be? Is that something the person you want to be does? You gotta do it. Or else you never get there. Or else you never freaking get there. For me, I've always been an extrovert in certain places, but I'm also very much an introvert. I get very happy just being on my own, but I know that's not going to get me anywhere. It's good for me to sit and heal sometimes, but sometimes you also need to get outside and do something where people be like, what the heck is she doing? What the heck is she doing? And that's why right now, to finish off this video on my balcony, we're going to do a little dance party. A little dance. Use your free will today. Your free will is free to use. That's why it's called free will. You don't have to pay to use it. You don't have to pay to use your free will. And sorry, my British accent went away, but it's kind of hard to coordinate using my British accent and dancing at the same time. If this balcony falls, shh, we're not talking about it. So, that was quite a workout. I'll have to say that. We're back to normal. Can't believe it. I broke my promise to you. I broke my promise that I was going to be British for this whole video, which was absolutely not British. I know for sure that wasn't just British. I'm a multi-talented woman. I could do a French accent too. Today in this video, we are going to be talking about leaving the comfort zone. We are going to be talking about the bigots. We're going to be talking about creating your dream life. Because your dream life happens outside of your comfort zone. And I want to be proof of that. If I had never made this YouTube channel, if I had never gone out and make the YouTube channel I have made, I would have never gotten everything. I would have never grown my social media channel. My YouTube channel would never have gone almost 40,000 subscribers if I had never got outside my comfort zone. And you know what my comfort zone was? I had to sit and make a video every single day because that's how I got good at making videos. That's how you get good at doing things, when you do them over and over again. You make me this, bring me up, bring me down, play sweet, like me, move like a freak, Mr. Saxo beat. This is Door. Anyways, I know, it happens outside the comfort zone. And if I have to be proof of anything, it is that whatever it is you want to do that you're scared of doing, texting someone that you want an opportunity from, going outside and singing because you really want to sing but you're afraid of singing. Whatever it is you're afraid of doing is not nearly as embarrassing or cringe as whatever I'm doing in this video. I literally dabbed. I dabbed. We are dabbing. Is whatever it is you want to do, is that as embarrassing as that? Is that as embarrassing as that? No. So go out and do it. You better lose yourself in the music, the movement, you better never let it go. You only get one shot, do not miss your chance to blow. This opportunity comes once in a lifetime. Yeah. If you don't want to grow, you can just sit on your flat. Maybe it's not flat, maybe it's fat. You gotta let me know about that. But if you want to grow, you gotta move, you gotta do something different. And maybe no one will see it. Maybe no one will notice it, but you will have noticed it. Your energy will have changed. Your energy will have changed. How? So go out, use your free will, do something stupid. Use a British accent, use an American accent, use a French accent. Very beautiful. Amazing French accent. And then we'll see each other in the next video. Comment in the video down below and subscribe. Comment, what was your favorite part about this video? What accent should I do in the next video? What should I do next time? Love you.